Last of our school races on the course. They're racing for the Barrington Cup in the A final of the Schoolboys Cox State. Lane 1, just off the plane from Victoria, Scotch College, Melbourne. Lane 2 is Nudgee College. Lane 3, the Southport School. Lane 4, the Shore School. Lane 5, Scotch Oakburn. Lane 6, St Peter's College. Lane 7, Shore. And Lane 8, the Launceston Church Grammar School.
Well, and just like the sun rising in the east and just like Syracuse playing a zone defence, you know Shore is always going to take it out very, very hard indeed. Southport led them in the under-19-8 earlier in the week and they faded to finish in 4th spot. They've been a little bit more conservative off the start in this one, but Shore led through the first 500 from the Southport School, the head of the river winners in Queensland, Scotch, who have had that logistical exercise of winning a race after 4 p.m. yesterday in Nagambie, heading to Melbourne Airport, flying up to Sydney to race here in a straight final for the Schoolboy 8 for the Barrington Cup. They're in 3rd spot, followed by Nudgee, who are set to take their crew off to Henley later on this year. And 5th is the Tasmanian head of the river winners, Scotch Oakburn from Launceston. Shore number 2 are in 6th place and Launceston Church Grammar in 7th. And the South Australian head of the river winners, St Peter's College, back in 8th place. Scotch College, of course, winners of the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup at the Henley Royal Regatta last year. They were the 3rd Australian crew to win that behind Brisbane Boys College in 1993, the King's School in 2001 when they had Matt Ryan and Nick Hudson and Sam Locke in the crew, and of course last year Scotch College, and they're looming large on the far side of the course. They've now got an overlap with the early race leaders, the Shore School, the yellow boat of the Duncan Free Coach Southport School. They're in 3rd spot ahead of their great rivals Nudgee College. Southport there on 36 strokes a minute. Shore on screen there in the white Hudson shell, 36 strokes a minute also, and so normally see them come down the course at about 34, so Shore have been sort of stonking on it at 34 for the bulk of the season, and now they're a couple of points higher here in the A final of the Schoolboy Cox State for the Barrington Cup. They start to move through the 1250 metre mark. It's Shore in the centre of the course. Over on the far side of the course, Scotch College, coached by Tom Woodruff, and then the Duncan Free Coach Southport School there, 3rd from the far side of the course, and Scotch Oakburn putting together a good 3rd 500 metres as they're doing battle with Nudgee College in the race there for a spot in the top 5 here. But it's Shore on screen that still lead by 3/4 of a length over their great rival Scotch College. It was Shore that beat them at the New South Wales Championship. They've only been handed one loss this season, Shore, and it was at the New South Wales GPS head of the river where St Ignatius College beat them and had their first win in 43 years. But through the 1500 metre mark, it is the Shore School that still hold the advantage, and Nudgee have moved up ahead of the Southport School in the race for the bronze medal, and are just starting to pick up a seat on them every handful of strokes. So Nudgee have moved up into 3rd spot and only sitting around about 1/3 of a length down on Scotch College over on the far side of the course in red colours. So it is Shore School leading from Scotch and Nudgee in 3rd, and we'll see if Southport have got a response. They were able to beat Nudgee in this illness run season at the Queensland head of the river, but they're in 4th spot ahead of Scotch Oakburn, and then it is back to St Peter's College, who have moved ahead of Shore number 2 and Launceston Church Grammar on this side of the course. But the Shore School, they've won the Barrington Cup many, many times before, and they lead with 150 metres to go. They're coached by David Jennings, and they lead from Scotch College over on the far side of the course. Many great rowers have come from the Shore School, including the Purnell brothers, Alex Lloyd, Hamish Playfair, Charlie Begg, and many, many more. And the Shore School are going to take out the Barrington Cup in 2018. Nudgee are finishing off strongly, challenging Scotch, but it's Shore School that take out the Schoolboy 8. Scotch finished 2nd. A fine performance from Nudgee. They've turned the tables on the Southport School, who placed 4th. 5th goes to Scotch Oakburn. 6th to St Peter's College, South Australia. And Shaw, number 2, are having a great battle with Launceston Church Grammar and just finish ahead of them in the race for 7th and 8th. But Shaw School taking out the Schoolboy 8.
And the unofficial result in race 474, the A final of the Schoolboys Cox Date for the Barrington Cup. First place, the Shaw School, lane 4. Second, Scotch College, Melbourne. Third, St Joseph's Nudgee College. Fourth, the Southport School. Fifth, Scotch Oakman. Sixth, St Peter's College. Seventh, Shaw, lane 7. And 8th, the Launceston Church Grammar School. Winning time for Shaw, 6:02.89. And their winning margin over Scotch, 2.93 seconds.